Hey friends and family. It's been a long time since I updated you. I think the last video I shot was in October. It's February, so time goes by really fast, especially with the holidays. Live from the Graybeard Trail outside of Asheville. This is my last major hike here before I leave a week from today. So I'm in the midst of packing up everything I own again in my car, doing the Tetris thing, but this time meeting a friend for part of a road trip when I get out to Utah. So that means I need the front seat cleared, which I didn't have on the way here. So I've been, going through stuff, getting rid of stuff even more than I did before. But this has been an amazing 7 months in Asheville. I didn't think I would be here this long. But my plan when I left New Haven was to follow this route that I had created on Google Maps all around the country and really leave it open and flexible of if I find a place I love, stay there until I feel like I'm ready to move on. And so Asheville has been sort of my Everest base camp. It took a lot to get there, and I kind of recouped, hiked a lot, met a lot of people, really settled into what I'm calling my self-care sabbatical this year. And rehabbed my knee, got a lot of great hiking in, really strengthened my ability to hike. And I have a lot more to go up to Everest, wherever that is. Two really, really helpful things on my at least physical rehab journey has been one of my best friends, Monica, who is a personal trainer, and she's been doing training sessions with me over Zoom since August or September. And she is incredible. And affordable. So if anyone's looking for some good personalized training with someone who's really caring, really motivating, really there for you, send me a message and I'll send you her website. It's musclebound.uk.co. She's in England. And another resource is found the YouTube channel Chase Mountains. So Chase is a strength coach and he has this program called Mountain Proof Knees, and that has been wildly helpful. I'm just a faster and stronger hiker, which is incredible because that's what I wanted to do. Look where I am right now. Got my trusty poles, which I finally learned how to use trekking poles correctly. But it's definitely been a journey to, as much as I've been tracking data, I love data. I love having my Garmin watch and tracking hikes and all that stuff. I can tell I'm getting a little focused on the pace, the mileage, all that stuff. So it's important to balance, okay, what are my goals? And then also, how can I just enjoy being out here without being too obsessed with the data? So a lot of this journey has been trust. I feel like I trust the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, myself, higher self, more than I ever have, because I'm about to pack up everything I own again, drive across the country by myself. I don't have a place to live yet out there. I just have some Airbnbs booked along the way. But there's I think some performative anxiety around that. Like, oh, I should be stressed out about this. And sometimes I freak out. But on this deeper level, I'm really not worried about it. If I was deeply worried or deeply skeptical that this was a good path for me, I wouldn't be doing it. So, but it doesn't mean that fear isn't there. When I started this hike at the trailhead, there was a sign that said, "Caution hikers, venomous snakes, very likely on this trail." Very likely was bolded in all capped, and two pictures of, rattlesnakes, copperheads, and something else. And so I felt fear when I started hiking, but that's okay. Fear is okay. I guess I've learned to kind of embrace or open to or somewhat even enjoy the shakiness of fear. I posted a picture on Facebook, I think in November, when I went highlining, which is basically when people set up a slack line across a canyon and you're strapped into a harness and you go out there. And I was terrified. But the scariest part was getting out and then coming back in. But when I was out there dangling and flipping over this line, no fear, nothing. It was just I'm strapped in. And I've had a lot of false harnesses in my life. I realized it was a good metaphor, the things that or the people I believed held the key to my harness. They didn't. Relationships, jobs, leases. I was so worried to lose those things because I felt like they were my harness holding me in, but they weren't. I am, which is such a beautiful freaking thing to realize. And it's taking me a long time to know that, and I'm just kind of practicing knowing that on deeper and deeper levels and layers. So I wish that for everyone, because we really cling to things, obviously, and there's things we need to cling to, food and water and shelter and each other. But, everything falls apart, everything shifts, everything changes. And to come back to being able to exhale and know whatever system we're part of is good and provides so much goodness, that's pretty magical. So I'm freaked out, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm proud of myself. I've always wanted to do this. This is something like people usually do in their 20s. But I realize I'm really glad I'm doing it in my 30s because I know myself a lot better. I know where I want to go, what I'm looking for, what I want to do. I will find my cottage in the woods, my Thomas Kincaid cottage in the woods. I will direct a community wellness center again. I will meet amazing people. I will hike bigger mountains than I ever have. I can move mountains per my tattoo, which I forget is there sometimes. I'm very grateful for all of you, for watching, for connecting with me, for following along. I'm still leading my meditation group Wednesdays and Sundays. Some of the community members are taking over during March when I'm on the road, but if you want to join that weekly meditation group, or just the email, I send out an email every Wednesday just with some thoughts, an invitation to breathe, the Zoom link. If you just want to read the email, please let me know and I'll add you to the list. There's a lot of comfortable things in Asheville. It's been amazing, and I've never really driven 2,000 miles in the opposite direction of comfort and safety and security. So I'm doing that. And just a shout out to Linda, the woman I live with, who makes me tear thinking about it, is a freaking godsend. Just met her through the Asheville yoga community website where I was looking for a place to live, and they listed people who were renting rooms, and she's become one of my fairy godmothers. It's amazing what the universe provides. So I just keep trusting it. So I'll be off in 1 week, and I'll update along on the road, driving straight across the country. I have about 24 hours to drive on almost one highway. So yeah, if you want to chat when I'm driving through Oklahoma in one day and have nothing else to do, please shoot me a message with your number and I'll call you and we'll chat. Okay, continuing the journey here on this trail, and I will see you soon. Thanks and much love.